A lot of people right now are talking about something called hurry sickness. Here are some ways we struggle with it. You might resonate with some of these. You change lanes at red lights because there's one less car in that lane. You only fill your water bottle halfway because it's taking too long. You skip to your favorite part in the song instead of listening to the whole thing. You have a hard time ignoring that work email that you get at 10 p.m. You walk really quickly between meetings, classes, or even through the park. We live in a culture that craves more, worships busyness, and encourages us to push our limits. And we all know how this affects our sleep schedules, but what about how it affects our walk with God? In The Good and Beautiful God, Dr. Jim Smith writes, "The number one enemy of Christian spiritual formation today is exhaustion." That might sound extreme, but think about the last few times you didn't spend time with God when you meant to. Was it out of spite or because you were just too busy or too exhausted?
Oh, come on. It's not real, Stanley. Don't have a heart attack.
No. You will not die. Stanley, you will not die. Stanley!
Dr. A.J. Swoboda points out what we're missing. He says, "It's not as though we do not love God. We love God deeply. We just do not know how to sit with God anymore." And that's where rest comes in. We believe the spiritual practice of rest is one of the ways we can learn to sit with God again. God models the ultimate example of rest when he takes the seventh day to pause after creating the world and instills the practice of Sabbath among his people. And remember, this is before the fall. Rest isn't some necessary evil. Instead, the limits we have are actually good and God-given. And that reality is echoed in an invitation Jesus gives us when he says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Rest isn't just another thing to check off a list. It's a deep expression of trust in the Father. And that's why I'm going to take a nap.